You should illumine us with the truth. You should also illumine this silent, dark immensity. That is the whole purpose. That is the entire raison d'etre of Savitri. You should live in his silent, dark immensity. Death's silent, dark immensity. He is showing it to Savitri. It means that he is really exposing it to her. This is the home of everlasting night. When Savitri is there now, it shall be no more the home of everlasting night. It will be the home of everlasting light. This is the secrecy of my nothingness. What is that secrecy? In the presence of Savitri, the secrecy is that this silent, dark immensity, the home of everlasting night, shall be the secrecy of absolute everything. That is the secrecy. That is how it should be. That is how it will be. That is the secrecy. He is perhaps not yet aware of it, but that is what is already present in it. This is the secret. But in the context of Savitri, in the rhetoric of death, what he is trying to tell Savitri is, look, Savitri, you are trying something which is impossible. After all, this is dark immensity. After all, this is everlasting night. Your idea of bringing the values of truth here is absurd, is contradictory to the existence of this creation. It cannot be so. It is life's vain desire. It is life's vain. Give it up. Entomb it, bury it, forget about it. That is life's vain desire. Hast thou behaved thy source, O transient heart, and known from what the dream art was made, what dream thou art was made. After all, you are a dream made of transience, out of coming from life's desires, and it has no pertinence at all in the values that exist here. You give them up. You are a stupid girl. You are a foolish girl. You are something trying which is impossible to happen. It is vanity of yours. Hast thou beheld thy soul so transient heart, and known from what the dream thou art was made? You are made of this after all. In this dark sincerity of nude emptiness, hopest thou still always to last and love, when nothing can last there, when nothing can exist there. What about love? How can love exist at all? Impossible. Forget about your love. Everything become here nothingness. The secrecy of this nothingness is to reduce the desires of life to nothing. Give up your ideas. Forget about Satyavan. Go back home. If you want some boons, okay, I will grant you some boons. But you go away now. In this dark sincerity of nude emptiness, Hopest thou still always to last and love? The woman answered not. Now, there is someone who is bigger than Savitri. The divine power herself who is standing behind the spirit of Savitri there. Therefore, the woman, the divine power, the divine presence, answered not. She did not answer. After all, what is it talking about? Why should I bother about what he's saying is not true at all? I did not get engaged into a kind of a dialogue with him. Her spirit refused the voice of the night that knew and death that thought. Her spirit refused the voice of the night that knew and death that thought. Now, there is a bit of complication here in this sentence. Her spirit refused the voice of the night. That is straightforward. After all, who is death? Death is the voice of the night. She would not answer her at all. She did not answer him at all. Her spirit refused the voice of the night. But that knew. Who is that knew? Is it the night that knew, or is it Savitri's spirit who knew? Her spirit refused the voice of the night, the spirit that knew, and death that thought. Is it like that? Or is it the spirit of night knew, the voice of the night knew? Her spirit refused the voice of the night that knew. You read this in a single phrase, then it becomes the spirit of the night, the voice of the night, knowing things. Which is not totally impossible, but the implication is not that. The implication is that it is understood that her spirit refused the voice of the night, the spirit that knew and death that thought. In other words, you ignore this phrase. A spirit that knew and that thought. Sometimes in poetic construction, it is assumed, it is not deliberately repeated, words like that. It is assumed that they are understood in the next sentence. In the poetic construction, that is a style, that it is her spirit that knew, Savitri's spirit that knew. After all, the contrast is between Savitri's spirit and death, and not that of night. You see. Her spirit refused that, well, I don't know if a comma here after night would I made it explicit. Her spirit refused the voice of the night, comma, that knew and death that thought. But then again, the whole rhythm, the whole meaning, the whole content is lost, and the charm of poetic art is lost. Shivandu is a supreme artistic poet. He used every possibility, every situation to bring out different nuances of expression. This is one way of looking at it, you see. Her spirit refused the voice of the night, the spirit that knew and death that thought. In her beginningless infinity, through her soul's reaches unconfined, she gazed. She saw the undying fountains of life. She knew herself eternal without birth. All this is an aspect of her spirit knowing. Her spirit knowing, the elaboration is here. In her beginningless infinity, through her soul's reaches unconfined, she gazed. She saw the undying fountains of her life. She knew herself the eternal without birth. Now, is one of the rarest descriptions in Savitri, which tells us the full divinity of Savitri. Like that, he has scattered here and there such descriptions speaking about Savitri's own divinity, her boundless self, her beginningless self. She saw the undying fountains of her life. Now, this is important. Undying fountains of life. She is facing death. What can death do with those fountains of life? He is helpless against those fountains of life. She knew herself eternal without birth. She is eternal without birth, yet she has taken the mortal birth. She has taken the mortal birth to meet this great man, to counter him. It is only that way he could meet him on the battlefield. The battlefield is on the earth. It is here things had to happen. Therefore, she has taken the mortal birth. Although she has taken the mortal birth, it is her eternal birth. But still opposing her with endless night, death, the dire god, inflicted on her eyes the immortal calm of his tremendous gaze. Although thou hast survived the unborn void, yes, this void is also unborn void. It has been there, Swayambhu, always there, unborn, which never shall forgive. It cannot accept intransitions. You cannot trespass into his region. If you trespass, you will not be forgiven. You will have to meet punishment. Although thou hast survived and born void, which never shall forgive, while time endures, the primal violence that fashioned the thought, forcing the immobile mass to suffer and live, this sorrowful victory only hast thou won to live for a little without Satyavan. After all, what is your gain with all that? Really nothing. What shall the ancient goddess give to thee, who helps thy heartbeats? Only she prolonged the nothing, dream existence delays with labor of living the eternal sleep. This is what the ancient goddess, the Mother Earth, that is all she can offer you. She can't go beyond that. She can help your heartbeats to some extent. You can live for a while, you can dream for a while, but ultimately all has to enter into eternal sleep. Well, This also means that death does recognize something different in Savitri. That the ancient goddess is with her, that what she says here, he has some idea of it. In her beginningless infinity, through her soul's riches and confined, she gave. She saw the undying fountains of life. He is not totally unaware of it. He is not totally unaware of it. But that is because she who is without birth, eternal without birth, has taken the mortal birth. So he is aware of the other aspect of her mortal birth. A fragile miracle of thinking clay. Yes, after all, it is mud which has produced man. And you are a fragile creature of that, you see. You are a fragile creature of that. With illusion. What does man do? What does man, thinking man do? He produces illusions. Walks child, illusions, walks the child of time. He is a child of time. He is a baby. He has not grown up at all. He has no power, neither occult power nor spiritual power. At the most, he has got some mental capacity, but that is nothing. To fill the void around, he feels and dreads. The void he came from and to which he goes, he magnifies his self and names it God. Yes, this is my God, my thought. Theogonies are built up. Religions are built up. You create deities after deities. To fill the void around, he feels and dreads the void he came and to which he goes. He magnifies his self and names it God. He caused the heavens to help his suffering folk. So he is narrating what man is, basically. After all, he is a small human creature. And who are you? You are also a human creature. Don't try to be smarter than that. We are just a human creature, you see.